Hi there, my name is Marley and welcome to my channel, Marley Reads a Lot. Today I'm going to be filming my August TBR where I talk about all the books I plan on reading in August, give you a little description of them, and this month I'm going to be participating in one readathon, and that is going to be the Enneagram readathon. So we'll start off with that as it is taking place from August 1st to the 14th, I believe. So it's a 2-week readathon and it's put on by I think 18 different booktubers. So I won't take on listing them, but I'll definitely leave some information about the readathon in the description. It is based on the Enneagram personality test, which there are 9 different Enneagrams. So there's 9 different teams. It is a team-based competitive readathon where you try and get points for your team, and whatever Enneagram you are, you join that team. So earlier I took a test and found out I am actually Enneagram 4. I never knew that before. I never took the test, or I don't really know much about Enneagrams. The Enneagram 4 team is being hosted by Nat from Nerdy Nat Reads and Manda from Ginger Snap Reads. So I really like their channels, and we are apparently called the individualist, and that means we are sensitive, expressive, and creative. So I feel like that makes sense. For each of the teams, they have some different prompts and buddy reads. So I'm just gonna tell you guys which books I picked for the prompts. The first prompt is to pick a book that is a dark and twisty read. So that was easy for me. I have lots of thrillers that I want to get to, and I decided to go with The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley. She wrote The Guest List, which I read in 2020. So I don't know if she has any other books besides this, but this is one other book I know she has. I'll be honest, I didn't love The Guest List, but I think I've heard this one's better, and I think it has a similar premise where it's a bunch of people grouped together in an isolated setting, and then people start dying, I think, which is what I thought The Guest List was. So I think they're kind of similar premises. The back of the book only says it's a New Year's reunion in the remote Scottish wilderness. The beautiful one, the golden couple, the volatile one, the new parents, the quiet one, the city boy, and the outsider. And I love premises that are like that, with a bunch of people and people start dying and you're trying to guess the murder. So hopefully this is better than The Guest List, but I still gave The Guest List 4 stars, so that's fine. That's my pick for this one. The second prompt is to pick a book that has a soft character or a sensitive character to go with the sensitive side of Enneagram 4s, I guess. And so I decided to go with a newer release, which is Rainbow Rowell's Any Way the Wind Blows, which is the 3rd book in the Simon Snow series, the Carry On series, and it is the final book as well. It's pretty big, which is nice. Carry On was a bigger book, but then the second book was pretty short, so it's nice that we'll have a bigger story with these characters. If you guys don't know, the Simon Snow books are actually based on a fan fiction from the book Fangirl, and it has to do with this magical world, and that's essentially Harry Potter fan fiction. I'll just say it has to do with mages, which are basically wizards or magicians. They have powers, and we're following Simon and Baz. Baz is actually a vampire. But as for the soft character, I feel like Simon is kind of more of the soft character that I was thinking of. But honestly, there's kind of multiple soft characters in this. So I was thinking of Simon Snow for that prompt. I'm just really excited to get to this because Carry On is one of my favorite books. I just love it. I love Simon and Baz's relationship. It is a male-male romance. If you didn't know, oh my gosh, I love the book without a cover, with the dust jacket, sorry. It's purple with this sword, and then there's an illustration of Simon and Baz. I wonder if the back has anything. Oh, it's the whole group. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be so sad to see this series end. Anyways, that is for our soft character. Then the third prompt is to read a book with a second chance romance, and it actually really worked out because my best friend was wanting me to read Dial A for Aunties by Jessie Q Suntanto, I think it is. And she's been begging me to read it, and I said, does it have a soft character? Does it have a second chance romance? Can it fit for this readathon? And it turns out it does have a second chance romance. So there we go. I don't think that's a main focus of the book, but it's apparently a part of it. But from what I know, our main character, I think, accidentally kills someone, and then she calls all of her aunties to help her cover up the murder. So it's one of those books that's in this sort of what I see is like a new genre of like thriller, but make it like fun, which I've seen a few books like that. So it has obviously murder and like trying to cover up murder, but it's like more like a lighthearted, fun story. That's all I really know about it, but my friend really liked it, so hopefully I will too. And the fourth and final prompt is actually to read a buddy read, which I'm not actually going to be reading the buddy read for Enneagram 4. You're allowed to read a buddy read from any of the groups. Actually, group 5 is reading The Maidens by Alex Michaelides, and that is a book I recently bought. So I'm gonna go with this. It is the group book for Enneagram 5, and it's a bit of a thriller. It's the author of A Silent Patient, which I read last year and I loved. So I'm very, very excited to read his next book, but I'm not sure I know what this one's about. It's a psychological suspense, weaving together Greek mythology, murder, and obsession. Love that. And it kind of goes with another book that I'm going to read later this month too, actually. Okay, so this seems like it's a bit of a dark academia vibe. It takes place at a university where this student thinks that this teacher is like a murderer, and there's like cults or like secret societies on campus. I don't know. Sounds good though. I've heard good things about it. So that's gonna be all for that readathon. Then I of course have my own reading plans. So I have a bit of a theme for these next set of books. The first one is going to be Lore by Alexandra Bracken. So that's the one that kind of goes with the Greek mythology theme. I love Alexandra Bracken. She's probably one of my favorite authors, even though it's been a while since I read one of her books, but I loved her previous series. I know that this one follows a main character that's named Lore, and then there's some sort of Greek competition going on that I think Lore ends up participating in. Yeah, so every 7 years there's something called the Agon, and it's a punishment for the Greek gods where they have to walk the earth as mortals, and then they are hunted down by their descendants. If one of the descendants ends up killing the god, then they get their power. Anyways, I don't know. I'll be vlogging it so you can see all of my thoughts. Another book I plan on reading is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I have been reading her Throne of Glass series, but I'm like, you know what? Let's just get to her other series that people seem to like more. I don't even think I need to explain what this book is about. I'm sure you all know better than I do, but I know it has to do with fairies. It's a bit of a Beauty and the Beast retelling, as there's this girl who gets captured, I think, by a fairy or like a fairy king. So it's kind of like the Beauty and the Beast, like capturing and then falling in love with your captor. A little bit of a Stockholm Syndrome thing. And then I think it just goes off from there and like isn't really a retelling after that. But it's a romance, fairies, fantasy. I haven't been reading a lot of fantasy lately, so I'm really hyped to read more of it. Then, sticking with kind of similar theme, you can probably pick up on it, I want to read The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This is a very hyped up book on any of the book social media platforms. Again, I think this is kind of like a retelling based in Greek mythology, so I'm definitely gonna have an overload of that this month. But it follows Achilles, which I do not know much about him, but I hear that people love this book. I think there is a male-male romance involved, and I think that it makes people cry and is very sad. So yeah, hopefully I like it. Hopefully it's not too dense and too like hard to understand all the mythology stuff. But yeah, and then the last book I want to read is Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas. Again, we have some thick books in here this month, but I've been getting through the Throne of Glass series for the last couple of years, and Tower of Dawn is the next book that I'm at. So I at least want to get started on it, or at least read a good chunk of it. It's kind of like the bottom of the list, that's why I'm saying it last, but I really hope that I can get to it because I would like to finish up the Throne of Glass series as soon as possible, so then I can continue on with her Court of Thorns and Roses series that I'm going to be starting. So it's kind of a shorter TBR this month, or it kind of felt like it, but I'm trying to read some like thicker books. Yeah, I guess that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your opinion on any of these books if you feel like it, and make sure to subscribe for more bookish videos. And until next time, bye!